Elon Musk has finally accepted solid-state batteries. Oklahoma City officials have announced that Tesla supplier Panasonic Holdings Corporation will not build a battery facility there. The good news is that the company has developed a new battery that has the potential to give electric vehicles with ranges of up to 500 miles and charging times of only 10 minutes. In a nutshell, the Inflation Reduction Act resulted in the April adoption of amended federal electric vehicle tax credit eligibility rules. The modifications removed the automaker's 200,000 unit sales cap on electric vehicles. They introduced new regulations such as a minimum battery size of 7 kilowatt-hours, price caps of $55,000 for cars, wagons, and hatchbacks, and price caps of $80,000 for SUVs. Similarly, household income limits of less than $300,000 for joint filers, $225,000 for heads of households, and $150,000 for individuals have been reduced. These conditions will be augmented in 2024 by more severe battery restrictions. These regulations will force automakers to build electric car battery packs in North America and get at least 50% of the battery's critical components. Unless they are from the United States or countries with which we have free trade agreements, or unless they are from China. Vehicles are eligible for a total of $7,500 in incentives, with the first $3,750 awarded for the region of the vehicle's material sourcing and the second $3,750 awarded for the vehicle's battery maker site. If a car only meets one of these requirements, the credit amount is reduced to $3,750. If either of these factors is not met, it is ineligible for any tax credit. Although not all models are prohibited, Tesla has told the public that its Model 3 sedan is one of these automobiles. The credits for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive and Model 3 long range will expire on December 31, 2023. According to today's interpretation of new Inflation Reduction Act instructions, as indicated in an announcement on Tesla's website, you must take delivery by December 31st to receive the full tax credit. Because the batteries in the Model 3's base rear-wheel drive and long-range models do not meet the component sourcing requirements, they are no longer eligible for credit. It is crucial to note that the battery included in the Model 3 performance version meets all requirements and will remain eligible for the credit. As a result, the Model 3's price has been considerably influenced. When the tax credit is applied, the beginning price of a base Model 3 is $32,880, with all prices including destination. However, on January 1st, the price will rise to $40,380. After accounting for the tax benefit, the Model 3 is now directly competing with the Model Y SUV, which is more prominent and popular. The Model Y SUV costs $45,380 and can be purchased for $37,880. Tesla has announced that the following models will still be eligible for the full $7,500 tax credit in 2024. Model X twin motor, Model Y rear-wheel drive, Model Y long range, and Model Y performance are all available. In 2011, Tesla's seventh employee co-founded Sila, a California-based company that will supply Panasonic with silicone powder for electric vehicle batteries manufactured in the United States. This powder can reduce range anxiety, minimize charge times, and reduce the company's reliance on China. Panasonic's primary customer in the United States is Tesla, and the business is responsible for producing roughly 10% of all EV batteries worldwide. Sila signed a supply agreement with Mercedes-Benz earlier this year for the company's upcoming long-range G-Class electric SUV, which is expected to debut in 2025. Graphite is replaced in typical lithium-ion batteries by Sila's Titan silicon anode powder, composed of nanostructured silicon particles the size of micrometers. This switch for EVs could allow them to go 500 miles non-stop and recharge in 10 minutes. Furthermore, the anode modification requires no new production processes to be implemented. The black powder is responsible for the 5-day battery life in the most recent Whoop activity tracking device. We had to go through 80,000 iterations and 12 years of development to get to this position, according to Gene Berdishevsky, Sila's founder and CEO. The science at work is advanced. Bartoszewski began his career at Tesla when he was employed as the 7th employee in 2004. He was the lead for Tesla's battery system used in the Roadster after departing the company when it had around 300 employees. After performing additional research, he formed Sila Company with Alex Jacobs, a Tesla colleague, and Gleb Yeshin, a professor of materials science at Georgia Tech. Because silicon can store up to 10 times more energy than graphite, using silicon rather than graphite for anodes, which are responsible for the release of electrons during discharge, can considerably increase the energy density of a battery. On the other hand, the substance swells as it is continuously charged, and the cracks significantly reduce the battery's lifespan. Sila's approach, which uses nanoscale carbon scaffolding to maintain silicon control, enables this growth. Titan silicon, according to Bartoszewski, is a nanocomposite material. A mushy matrix surrounds the raisins, and the particle has a bigger outer rind. It's comparable to sultana bread, where the raisins stand for silicon. The rind holds the area in place, and the bread moves out of the way as the raisins bubble up. The scaffold does not have silicon. Instead, it is being used to facilitate expansion. The patent-pending scaffolding process involves infiltrating silicon-derived silane gas into bespoke carbon lattices. The resulting micron-sized powder is subsequently sent to battery makers. According to Bartoszewski, we can replace anywhere from 50 to 100% of the graphite in lithium-ion batteries. A full-fat replacement might result in a 40% increase in mileage for a standard electric vehicle and a reduction in charging time to 80% of the time it takes to fill a tank with petrol. According to Sila, graphite is approximately 5 times heavier than Titan silicon, which takes up roughly half the fully charged area. Panasonic stated in a news statement that it aims to increase the volumetric energy density of its batteries to 1,000 watt-hours per liter by 2030, and this goal was disclosed in conjunction with the Sila transaction. Silicon is the second most plentiful element in the Earth's crust, after oxygen, and is the most abundant element. Since 2017, a pilot facility located near Silo's headquarters in Alameda, California, has been supplying anode electricity for consumer electronics. Despite this, the corporation is developing a 600,000 square foot fiberglass facility in Moses Lake, Washington, which has never been used before. The plant will initially employ 100 people, most locals, with ambitions to hire an additional 600 as the company grows. Moses Lake, best known for its potatoes but merely a blip on the map halfway between Seattle and Spokane, has recently become a hydropower hub, attracting next-generation businesses. And the area's cheap and pure energy. According to Brzezinski, if you supply consumers in Europe, being off the filthy grid is advantageous. The town was an obvious choice for Sila to build its headquarters because of legislation approved by the European Parliament in June. Every electric vehicle battery supplied in the European Union must now be accompanied by a label indicating its carbon footprint. Similarly, battery passports are necessary to track batteries and the components that make them up throughout the supply chain. Furthermore, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 contains rules about supply line requirements. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.